Pitch to White. He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl!
Welcome to Patriots Touchback Podcast.
I think we are going to lose this game. It is moral victory week for us. So we'll take a 27-24 loss. I swear to God, if we somehow upset you Sunday night, we're going to be the most insufferable. See you next Tuesday. I swear to God.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm. Wait. Everybody calm down.
I did pre-warn you Friday. I did pre-warn you. Welcome, everybody, to the Patriots Touchback Podcast, Season 3, Episode 23. We are in a rather joyful mood. And it's not because we all had great weekends. It's not all the fact that we've got DJ back on board. It's not the fact we got Nick back on board. It's the fact that the New England Patriots finally had a primetime game. And they come off by beating our AFC East rival in the Buffalo Bills. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to break down. And we got a lot of cooking to do. Because Bills fans, no one cares. Smash the like button, hit the sub button, tell all your friends, follow us on social media platforms, and make sure you follow the podcast on Spotify and on Apple as well. Nick, DJ, how are we doing tonight, gentlemen? How's your weekend been?
Very good, thank you.
Very, very good. I think it's the first time in 6 years that we've been waiting for this time to come around. Not only just like the AFC rivalry we've got with them, but it's like they're kind of like considered Super Bowl favorites, like to make it to the Super Bowl at least.
Mm-hmm.
That really has shaken up this division. If we can come away with like beating the whole three of them, that's unreal.
Seriously unreal. We all made predictions to state that the Bills would beat us. We took the logical pick out of us all. But I did say there was a couple of things was going to happen in that game. It would be won or lost via a field goal. Okay, I said it to the Bills, but we won it. It was a walk-off field goal nonetheless. And I also stated that the Patriots would not give up more, would not give up 30 points or more. We only gave up 20.
Mm-hmm.
Credit to the defensive side of the ball, but we will get to the defensive side of the ball later on because we need to discuss the Drake Maye coming out party. The quarterback officially arrived in this game. Now, the box score states no touchdowns, no interceptions, so it doesn't sound all that pleasing. 271 yards passing, 72% completion of his passes. Drake Maye is our franchise quarterback for the present and for the future. And I mean, there's no one that can disregard, and there's no one that can say anything better than that. His performance, okay, the first half was a bit skittish, only 89 yards passing, so it wasn't particularly great. But that second half performance, especially in that fourth quarter, 13 of 14 passes, 186 yards. Also, that was his first ever final drive for a win. The first time he's done a game-winning drive, they call them.
Yeah.
Nick.
I think we all kind of doubted it, didn't we? We never thought that he would do that or do the winning drive, but now it just really does prove that he can.
Whilst watching that game, I was standing up and watching the game. I wasn't, sitting down and getting worried about the situation. I'm like, okay, this is the game now where we're going to see how good Drake is, B, how much this team has improved. Or rather, how much has this team Vrabel has improved. And on Sunday night, we showed up. We showed out. The Buffalo Bills came out in their swanky new rivalries, winter whiteout jerseys. First of all, no one could find out what fucking number and name was on the back of the jerseys, but hey, I digress. And secondly, they told all the fans to dress in white to make it a winter whiteout, yet all they ended up doing was making it a glorified Penn State game. And yes, you played like Penn State as well, just like they did over the weekend. So we came in there knowing that, okay, we are the underdog, but we're not going to get pushed around. We're going to make it tough. We're going to make it dirty. It's like a boxer fighting on the inside. He's an inside guy. He doesn't want to start jabbing away. He wants to play on it. He wants to find the inside and take body shots. And that's all New England were doing all game. They were having a go at the body. They came out on top. Nick, how impressive were you about Drake Maye's performance?
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to it on the radio. I mean, I watched the highlight package afterwards, but live, I was listening to it on the radio. So it was a very different sort of feel for me. But listening to it as each quarter went on and both teams mirrored each other, it was actually, although it was that 3 points at the end that won it, it was the 3 points in the first quarter that we scored and the Buffalo Bills didn't that was the difference in the game. Because every other quarter we all matched each other's score. So, you know, that was the actual kick that, if you like, you know, you could argue was the key difference, in that was the one that we scored that they didn't have any score to in that first quarter. But I was really impressed with everybody as a team, from offense, defense, special teams. You know, we talked last week about that and how all three phases of the team, you know, contributed in the win last week. You know, another 3 tackles on special teams. So, you know, I was looking at some stats, and I love a stat, but, you know, that's a 14-game home streak that we ended with for Buffalo. We are now 2-0 in our division, and that's away from home. Both are away from home. First time we've won 2 in a row since 2022. First time we have a winning record through 5 games since 2019. You know, and I think champagne corks are popping, but it wasn't in the New England dressing room that the corks were popping. It was the 72 Dolphins that were popping their champagne corks as they get to go yet another season as the only team unbeaten, as both Philadelphia and Buffalo lost their unbeaten streaks. So, you know, all in all, a good day, really.
Yes, so Miami, you can thank us in Denver for that, frankly, for that week. But no, a stunning performance from Drake. I think when you look at it overall, the pressure was on his shoulders. At some point, you know, most quarterbacks can make all the check downs, can make the slant throws, the throws over the middle. They can do that. This was a game, though, that we had to see if Drake Maye can make what we class as big boy throws. He made 4 of them in that game. And it didn't do anything. And that doesn't happen if it hadn't been for wide receiver Stefon Diggs. 12 targets, 10 receptions, 146 yards receiving. When we saw Diggs warming up on the sideline and being outside of the tunnel, you could see the fire in the eyes. You could see that he wanted it. This was not only a game for him to prove, because it's under the lights and it's Sunday night on prime time, but this was his former team. This was the former team that apparently Diggs was surplus to requirements for. But he was nothing more than a diva. He was nothing more than a problem in the locker room. Yet they seem to have very short memories because when he first arrived for Buffalo, guess who Josh Allen's first ever target was? Consistently. Oh, that was right. Stefon Diggs. He went to Houston, and obviously he tore his ACL, which is really sad of him. But he was also the elder statesman in the room in Houston. He had the likes of Nico Williams. He had the likes of Tank Dell. So he was trying to bring the younger receivers up, being a proper leader, being an actual adult for a change. We sign him up, and okay, it took a few games to get ready. But the one thing Stefon Diggs has always said, he goes, his first number one priority is to get accustomed to Drake Maye, and Drake Maye to be accustomed to Stefon Diggs. Last week against Carolina was something I'm hoping was not just a one-off. 100-yard reception game, well done. It's against Carolina. I would say no one cares, but they're 2-3 now, so maybe give them a little bit of credence. But Sunday night against Buffalo, that was Diggs' statement to say, you've now got your proper number one receiver, which we probably haven't had since Julian Edelman. And if we want to go before that, Randy Moss. And also, it was a statement to the Buffalo Bills. You're going to miss me when I'm gone. DJ. Go on, Nick.
I was just going to say, talking of Edelman and Diggs, another stat for you. Diggs is 10 for 146, added to Diggs' 6 and 101 last week against Carolina. He becomes the first Patriot since Julian Edelman in 2019 to have consecutive 100-yard games.
And there was a lot of media people that turned around and saying, oh, Diggs is going to be a problem for us because of his off-field antics, off the field. I've stated this many times on the podcast, and I'm going to state it again. I couldn't give a rat's ass what you do in the off-season. As long as you're performing it on the field and you're getting 100-yard receptions and you're getting touchdowns, guess what? I don't care. Do your job on the field, and whatever you do off-field is freaking no business of ours. Just like it's no business of the sports media either. Shut up, Nick. DJ. DJ, you was one of the DJ. You was one of these people who were not concerned about Diggs, but you was a little bit like, is he the right guy to be in this locker room? Is he the right guy for Drake Maye, this, that, and the other? Well, I think that over the last two games, he's certainly made an impact on it.
Yeah, I think given the whole game and the past that he's had with the Bills, it's definitely there was some fire in his eyes, and you can notice that since when he came on to the field and he was talking to them, saying like we need to help each other out as brothers, etc., etc. And then obviously there was a bit of a video that went out when in the actual locker room itself, and he went a bit crazy, but he's definitely starting to step up. I don't know if he had a slow start because he's come off of an ACL, so he's probably taking it easy with the reps, etc. But he's definitely shown this last 2 weeks that he is definitely connecting with Maye. He's the best wide receiver we've got, and given the fact that Douglas is still having some kind of issues, although he did catch, I think, a couple, didn't he, for a 20-odd yards?
Two catches, not much, but it moved the sticks on one of them. Got a first down on one of the drives.
It's kind of Boute's gone a bit quiet lately as well, although he does have a glimpse and has some good catches and targets. But it seems to be more Diggs now that they're going to start to target more. So, yeah, more for it.
There was two great catches that he made from Drake. Obviously, they were off-schedule plays because obviously Drake was getting rushed out of the pocket. In the third quarter, lined down the sideline, got to the 3-yard line. It was a great catch. Great catch. Great throw. But I think the best one was in the fourth quarter. Drake Maye has got a 300-pound defensive tackle literally draped over him. And the first thing I was thinking, either take the sack or just get rid of the fucking ball.
Yeah.
He actually got that pass off to Diggs, and Diggs not just caught it and ran it out of bounds.
He carried on.
He spun on the inside and took it and got the first down as well. Took us up to the 40. That was the play that I knew we were going to get down the field and we're going to get at least into field goal range. Now, trusting Andy Borregales is a different state. It's a different thing. And we'll get to the kicker later on. But that drive was
There was another
symbolic.
pass that he did as well to Diggs.
It was Butte.
I can't remember. Was it to Butte? Was it? No, he was like kind of running to the right, and he actually ran and lobbed it. And the way the ball was spinning, and Diggs, I think, caught it back shoulder or behind or side shoulder or anything. It could have been an interception, but the way he pinpointed that pass was spot on. And only the chemistry between May and Diggs knew that was going there.
Yeah,
I can't remember what point of the game it was, but I think it was around the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think it was the fourth quarter. Obviously, there was the big farewell to Keishon Butte as well. But that was critical as well. So Butte didn't do enough, but he was there, the right place at the right time for the catch to happen overall.
Yeah.
But you are right. All I'll say is, without Stefon Diggs, we don't win that game.
No.
Without Diggs, we don't win that game.
No.
Instrumental as well. But that's going to open up the taps a little bit more to say, oh, crap, someone's going to need to double up on Diggs. Okay. Then you're going to leave Hunter Henry one-on-one open. Then you're going to leave Pop Douglas open. Then you're going to leave... who's the other ex-Buffalo receiver again? Mac Hollins. Hollins. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, then you're going to leave Mac Hollins empty as well. But overall, Diggs was amazing. Drake Maye was just as amazing. This was the statement win that we so needed. And I think it comes at a great time as well. We predicted we'd be 2-3 by week 5. The fact we're 3-2 now, it still pisses me off we lost to the Steelers in week 3, but that kind of does soften the blow a little bit.
I mean, that's kind of like there because...
But then again, saying that, if we beat Steelers week 3, guess what? We'd be top of the AFC East.
Oh, you beat Steelers week 3, and you're then annoyed that you lost to the Raiders in week 1.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
100%.
There is
potato. Come on,
should not have lost those 2 games.
There is that little bit of slither of thing that says you should be 5-0, or you could be. Not should be. Should be is not right.
But week 1
you could be 5-0. But I had us down for. I'm quite happy to admit it, I had us down for a defeat here. But I also had us down now to go on a run of 5 wins because we've got
4.
We've got
4. What we beat in Tampa?
No, 4 wins then. Sorry, Cleveland, Tennessee.
But we'll get to
Saints,
but I think it's just it's games like this that raise your spirits and say, we can be ever present in our division. We can make.
Is he mocking, or is that a real?
No. That's a real big up to delusional Patriots fan. Great name.
But he's a delusional.
He basically he'd probably one of those people say, "Yeah, we're going to go to the Super Bowl now."
I don't think we're going to go to the Super Bowl. I mean,
I'm not ready to drink the Hennessy just yet. I'm not.
I noticed that win meant we jumped in the draft order from 12 to 19. So,
no one cares. No one cares. We've got a winning. We've got a winning record. We've had a winning record since freaking week 1 of last season. Give us a chance, yeah. Oh my word. Anyhow,
there were some downsides.
We are going to get into downsides. Let's continue on the good side. Let's continue on the good side first. Listen, we're in a good one. I know you would want to get all doom and gloom about it, and I know there were teething problems in that game, right? And I think one of them we're going to get to very, very quickly. Okay. The defense had their hands full in this game. They had two objectives. One of them was to stop probably one of the best running backs in the NFL right now, in James Cook. And the other one was to limit Josh Allen from running out of the pocket and keeping him inside the pocket. The run defense of the New England Patriots held James Cook to 49 yards.
As I said,
and we
did quite well.
Saw a stat about that.
Contained.
Yeah, we are ranked second against the run. You can't run the ball on us. You can't.
I think
So
there's stats that says that we've. Let me think about this because I did see it before coming on. New England Patriots are the first team to ever, in 5 weeks, keep every running back below 50 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Rushing.
Yep.
That's what I think I saw as a stat.
Yep, definitely.
So that D-line must be doing something.
The D-line is doing something. It's doing amazingly work. And it also helps as well when you got Christian Gonzalez as your best corner back in the secondary. It makes it very, very difficult then for the offense to try and attack on the corners that are trying to play man coverage. Gonzo is one of the best shutdown corners in the game. Carlton Davis, okay. He got targeted a fair bit, and he did give up a fair few yards. I'm not going to do
Marcus Jones.
You mean Marcus Jones? You mean Marcus Jones? Marcus Jones as well. Not only just as a fair defender, but he has had a punt return for a touchdown. He's had a kickoff return for a touchdown, and now he gets an interception on probably the best quarterback in the NFL right now. The guy for 3 straight weeks has just been playing lights out. If he doesn't get, I don't think he'll get a Pro Bowl definitely. Second team All Pro might, the way it looks. I was more thinking on the lines of like defensive player of the week or something, or because he's not. It is special teams, but special teams just did special teams things with no drastic kickoff or punt returners. The one bit of sad news, unfortunately, on one of the kickoff returns, Antonio Gibson. If you saw the impact he took, it was gnarly, absolutely gnarly. It got confirmed by Adam Schefter yesterday that Antonio Gibson has torn his ACL out indefinitely. So we'll have a little bit of discussion towards the end about where we go for probably another third down back at some point. But we're great. Listen, from us at the touchback, we wish Antonio Gibson the very best, speedy recovery. We hope to see you in the season of 2026, hopefully. Get well soon, Antonio. Going back to the defensive side of the ball, we got the pressure we needed on Josh Allen, but we got no sacks. And I know Kayvon Chason wasn't available due to injury, but this is going to be my first. We'll get into the rest in a bit, but that was my first little bit of a niggle that I have. This pass rush cannot sack the quarterback. Now, it did in the first couple of weeks, but ever since the Steelers game, our sack production has dropped off a cliff. And I'm getting a slight tad worried that although our defensive tackles are pressuring the quarterback and getting towards him, our pass rushers are not. Kayvon Chason is the best of a bad bunch. Keon White played a lot of snaps last night, and he was effing useless.
Yeah, he was. He's gone downhill for me. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if he's not comfy with this scheme. But even before, I think the last year with Bill as well, he wasn't as productive as he was in his rookie first year, which is a bit concerning because I thought the guy had quite a big upside to him, but he's kind of dropped off the cliff a bit. But Chason was definitely missed. I think he's the one that can disrupt that edge and maybe allow some other interior to go in. But yeah, I think he will miss this week.
Yeah, I think it's not good enough right now. And a lot of people are turning around and saying, I've seen a lot of tweets go out saying at the trade deadline, go and get Trey Henderson.
Yeah.
Just be Just be patient on that because he's in the final year of his contract. He only signed a 1-year extension. Next year, he is a free agent. Next year in 2026, he is a free agent. The Bengals, the Bengals have already played T. Higgins. They've already played Jamar Chase. We know how tight the organization is at the Bengals, beg your pardon. I would say hold fire, wait till free agency, and then go after Trey Hendrickson.
The Bengals are making moves now. They've just signed Joe Flacco to save them.
God.
Are you sure? Have they really? Have they actually really?
They traded. Yeah, they traded for Joe Flacco. They got Joe Flacco and a 6th in exchange for a 5th.
For a 5th.
Wow, that was. Oh, good lord!
I actually like the Bengals.
I'd have gone after Russell Wilson. I'd have gone after.
No, I wouldn't. I'd have gone after Jameis Winston. I'd have either gone after Jameis Winston or I would have gone for Malik Willis. No, the Bengals have no O-line. The Bengals have no O-line. You need a quarterback that is going to be at least get out of the fucking way. Jameis Winston or Malik Willis. You could have gone after one of those two. Instead, they've gone for old man Flacco. He's going to end up in a fucking wheelchair at the end of the first play. Good lord.
Going back to
topic.
Yeah, Henderson would be a good shout, but it's value. How much would the Bengals want to part with him? Because he's, this was the point about Parsons. The Patriots weren't interested in signing Parsons because they weren't willing to pay the
exorbitant fee that Jerry Jones was asking.
But in fairness, that kind of price for Parsons was a bargain. 2 firsts and a little bit more. But because the Patriots weren't in a position to pay that given their depth in the team, I can understand it. So going out and getting Henderson for something doesn't help us either.
I'd probably point to someone like, I'd go back and get Judon if we could. He doesn't seem to be doing an awful lot in Miami, and I think he fitted well.
Did you see how slow he was trying to catch Drake Maye on that touchdown?
Yeah, he's still getting there.
It's more than not really. The Dolphins' front 7 is not great right now. Phillips, I would take Phillips all day long. I think he's the best of a bad bunch there, but that's about it. That's all I would take, really. Back on topic. As I said, the defense held the running game to 49 yards off James Cook, and their other job was to try and contain Josh Allen as much as they can. Now, we know what Josh Allen is capable of, and we did give him some lanes late in the second half, which I was a bit annoyed about. But at some point, there was going to be a lane breaking open. He was just going to run straight through it. But for most of that game, the front 7, they kept him contained. They didn't let him run, and they dared him to. The only target he could realistically throw to, when given time, was Dalton Kincaid. That was really the only target he had. Khalil Shakir did okay in the slot, but I think he got stymied. We got stymied later on. Josh Palmer, I think, had 2 catches, I think, all game. I could be wrong. Might have only been 1 for that matter.
Shaheed as well.
Yeah.
Was it Shaheed or Shahid? What's his name?
Khalil Shakir.
He hit Kincaid 6 for 108. He hit Shakir 6 for 45. Palmer 2 for 36. Samuel 2 for 26. Coleman 4 for 23. Knox 2 for 15. They were his 22 for 53.
Ironically, and they're all spread out. Well, his main target was Dalton Kincaid, but that's not his go-to receiver. That's not his go-to.
Good fantasy points for me.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Guess what? I won my matchup as well. So I'm top of my league. I didn't give a. Anyway.
The way I see it, I think somehow we've disrupted what he wanted to do or what the Bills' gameplay was, because to me, they felt like they were nervous. Like we really did knock them off their game. Like they wouldn't expect it. I don't know if we were disguising coverages or what we were doing with the middle linebackers, but it seems like Josh did not feel comfy doing what he was doing. That's not the Josh that we've seen in the last 4 weeks. And he's at home as well. But something definitely didn't feel right in his gameplay.
It didn't feel right. I think he could only take what the defense gave him. That first half, he got suffocated. The defense made his time a living hell, despite the fact that all they did was pressure him. They didn't get to him at times. But there was also times where the line actually held up really, really well. They had more than 2.5 seconds to throw the ball to wait for the plays to develop. That's the bit that annoys me, is the fact we're not getting the pressure enough to Josh Allen. And we needed that, and we didn't get it. Now, Josh Allen was very, very smart in getting plays that he knows that will be difficult to do. Let's just say, for example, we're playing someone like, I don't know, a Dylan Gabriel or Spencer Rattler. They wouldn't be able to make them plays if they were getting pressured, because they would have thrown it straight to one of our corners. Whereas we know Josh Allen is capable of making those sorts of throws. But the defense did its job really well. There was a stat for, where was it? Christian Gonzalez there was. Where is it? Here we go. Christian Gonzalez. He shut down all the, I won't say he shut down all the Bills receivers, 44 coverage snaps, 5 targets, 2 total catches allowed, 1 pass breakup, 6 tackles. We got to pay this guy in the offseason. We got to. We've got to pay Gonzalez in the offseason. I don't care what anybody else says. He's one of the best. He's one of the best man-to-man sticky corners in the game. And I know, obviously, he was out.
His contract's up. Is it this year or next?
No, he got drafted. He got drafted
number
the year
1,
before
so you
Drake.
get option 5.
He got drafted. Yeah, but he got drafted the year before Drake.
He's eligible for a new contract. Don't have to give him one.
No, he's eligible
because you can pick up his 5th year. Yeah.
You can pick up his 5th year, but you know what players are like with 5th year options. They get their right arse ache about it. That's the only thing I'd say. But Gonzo, again, was exceptional. I just think every time, if I'm the offense, I'm looking at this team, I'm thinking, right, well, I need to put my best receiver on Carlton Davis, not on Gonzalez, because guess what? He ain't going to get nothing. He ain't going to get absolutely nothing.
He says he was drafted in 23, so this is his only 2nd year. So he's still got another 2.
It's his 3rd year, because he got drafted in 23. 2nd year was last year.
So 23, 24. This is 25.
25.
And you got to remember as well, he missed his whole rookie season, didn't he? He missed his whole rookie season due to injury, didn't he? Or was it last year? No, it was last year, wasn't it?
Last year he missed a fair bit. Yeah,
he missed a fair bit of the season. So yeah.
No, his rookie year and he played 4 games versus 24-16.
No, listen, defense played its part. We've given up so far 20 points to the Raiders, 21 points to the Steelers. Sorry, I would say 21 points to the Steelers, but it's more like 14 because one of our turnovers led to them scoring. So let's just say the defense gave up 14 points without the turnover. Then we only gave up 13 to the Panthers, but we really only gave up 6 because the last one was in garbage time. We had our second stringers out at that point. And now, against a Bills team that's meant to be the favorite to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, we hold them to 20 points. This defense is getting better. There's still teething pains to deal with. Hal Landry, for most of that game, was absolutely brilliant. The 2 defensive tackles. I mean, if there's a great bit of business we ever did in the offseason, this signing Milton Williams. That guy has been an absolute home wrecker for us. And getting Barmore back to pair them together, that's a combination I know running back wants to deal with, and B, a quarterback knows if any of those 2 come at them, they're gone. They're gone.
Yeah, Keon White made his first start this year on Sunday as well.
Yeah, but he didn't exactly perform particularly great. I was
Just
watching
saying.
him on the edge, and he was just not getting past the left tackle. He wasn't even
He's
getting
not
past
an
the right
edge.
tackle.
He's not an edge. He's not an edge defender, though.
I know he's not
He's
a
not-
defender. He's an inside linebacker. But we don't have a role for him, so he has to be versatile. Anyway. Well, okay, Nick, let's go into your little doom and gloom section then, because as much as we could talk about how well it was all good, you know, we got the win, all well and dandy. There were some issues, and I'm pretty sure you're going to go over quite a few of them. So I'll leave the floor to you on that one.
Well, one of them was unfortunately Antonio Gibson's injury, so you covered that, so we can gloss over that one. Whatever Ramondre Stevenson has on his gloves, whether it's butter or grease or cooking oil or whatever, he needs to stop it, because that, oh god, just driving along, listening to the radio, and of course he loses the ball, and I'm like, you know, but we just got it back. We just got it off a fumble, you know. We just got it off a fumble, and then he fumbles it right back to them. And I thought, oh god, don't let it be one of these games. But then, fair play to him, he turned it round and got 2 touchdowns out of it. So that guy is Mr. Inconsistent at the moment, and whatever he's doing, he needs to, you know, sort it, because Vrabel's. You've got two schools of thought. You either keep playing the guy and let him play through his issues, or you bench him and say you sort your shit out, and then you can play again. And to be
the
fair to Vrabel,
the Belichick treatment, basically.
Yeah, to be fair to Vrabel, he is playing Stevenson and trying to help Stevenson play through his issues.
Yeah.
But I noticed after that fumble, Stevenson was restricted very much to red zone areas. He wasn't in the middle of the field or down in our own half. So, you know, I think it's sort of like there is an issue there. There is an issue that worries me, but it is something that can be worked with.
The other thing I was going to say about that point is we're in a bit of a situation at the moment because of Gibson. We kind of, like Rabel said, I think we kind of need Stevenson, and he's only saying that because there's fuck all anyone else out there unless we go out and start signing or trading for players.
I wouldn't trade for anybody because, you know, it doesn't help you.
I mean,
so is Terrell Jennings a certified third down back?
He's on our practice squad, isn't he?
He's on our practice squad currently. So we're going to do just elevate him and just hope for the best.
Mate, I've seen fucking rumors about Zeke coming back and all this stuff. So.
No. That's clickbait. That's clickbait. Zeke's not coming back. I wouldn't
be surprised.
No, Zeke's not coming back.
Have we got a wide receiver on our practice squad we can convert to a running back?
Chisholm's the only one, but he's not really effectively.
I'm not risking him.
No. Although it would be nice to have Christian McCaffrey 2.0, but you know we're not going to have that.
There's really no one else out there.
No, isn't really.
I think Kevin did put something like
there was a list.
Raiders. White, is that his name?
You got Zamir White. You got
him, because he knows Josh. But
so here are a list of free agent running backs here that we could potentially fill the spot. So listen up. You got Gus Edwards, Zach Moss, Jamal Williams, Royce Freeman, Ezekiel Elliott, who we mentioned already, Dante Foreman, Cordrella Patterson, JJ Taylor, Mike Boone, Terrion Davis Price. Those are your free agent running backs as it currently stands. Do you know what I would go for? I'd actually go for Jamal Williams.
Corral Patterson.
When he used to play.
You take Patterson. Well, I mean, he knows. He knows the.
I'd take Patterson for.
Well, at least he knows the McDaniel's offense. So.
Yeah.
You know,
The Gus bust. No. Delusional Pats fan. Sorry. No. You can't call
That'd be
Gus.
who I'd take.
You cannot
But I think we need somebody.
You cannot call Gus Edwards the bust. There's only one player in the history of the NFL that can be used, that can be nicknamed the bust, and that is Jerome Bettis. That is the only one. So sorry, but I agree. I think Gus Edwards will be. I like Gus Edwards. I thought when he was fit and healthy for Baltimore, the quotation marks there was fit and healthy. He was actually pretty decent. I thought Gus Edwards was pretty decent at Baltimore.
And that's the whole point. You've just lost a running back to an ACL. You don't want to get another one in that's temperamental and not fit.
Yeah. So who would you take? Okay, so you take Gus Edwards out. Who would you take? I assume we should go after Jamal Williams.
Who did he used to play for? Was it Broncos
Detroit.
or Dallas?
Detroit. Jamal Williams, I think he played for Detroit. I think he played for the Saints as well. I could be wrong about the Saints, but I know he played for Detroit. And Fletcher will correct me on that if I've got that wrong. So, but go on. What other bad news have you got, Nick?
I haven't got a lot, to be honest. I
got one.
Go on, dude.
Robert Spillane, worst middle linebacker ever. That guy lost.
No,
I swear to God, you need to watch him. Watch him on his plays. The guy's lost. The guy is.
He was like man of the match the other week.
Nah, that was one game. But you, if you used to follow him on the thing and watch what he does, the guy just does not know how to read a play.
He had 8 tackles. He 8 tackles and he forced a fumble. How's that having a bad? I can see where you're coming. I can see where. Yeah, but we're talking of this week. We're not talking of what's happened previously. We're talking of this week because this was a game we're talking about, right? So Spillane, he is a run stuffing linebacker. He prefers to beat. He prefers to tackle against the running back. Prefers to tackle on the run.
He can't chase shit.
In pass coverage. In pass coverage, he is a bit susceptible. I will say this: he is a bit susceptible pass coverage, but he is more defined as someone to help stop the run.
I'd rather play a bit more Tavai in his position, and although he is
Can
coming
we clip
back
that statement? Can we clip that statement and use it later?
Clip that statement.
We'll
clip that statement
because I think he's.
Clip it.
I don't think he's one of the top fucking tiered middle linebackers, but he's not. If you watch him, he looks so lost.
That statement is worse than the guy that said Haaland was crap.
Go back a couple of games, and even Bill's one last night. Watch him on these couple of plays. He's lost. Like he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
That take is about as narrow as your hairline.
Yeah, it's getting a bit long now.
Doug, to be fair, I know Dougie's just made a point. I agree with that. I think you're on your own there, DJ.
Not in agreement with that about Spillane. Big up, Dougie. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well.
I'm gonna build some data before this and then put.
Go on, build some data.
Hey, you know what? I'm not using that hill at the moment that I was willing to die on the other year. You can go and sit on that hill if you want.
Which one? That one, the Hopkins.
The Hopkins hill. You died on that one. You died on that one.
Hopkins hill. Right. I'm not using that. I'm not using that at the moment. Go and sit.
You can't use it this season. You can't use it this season because he really has not gone off a cliff. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, no, I don't think Spillane had a bad game. Let's just go through. So Spillane 8 tackles, 4 fumble. Christopher Ellis. I'm sorry, but this kid's getting better and better each week.
He was decent this week because he had one thing to do, and that was to not allow. He was basically spying Josh to not allow him.
Him and Spillane. They were spotters. Him and Spillane were spotters in this game. Yeah. Marcus Jones 7 tackles, 2 pass breakups, an interception, and a tackle for loss. Milton Williams had half a sack. I don't know who else got that half a sack, but okay. And obviously. The other one, which we kind of left it a little bit too late, but he does deserve his flowers considering we did cut him out at the start of the season. Andy Borregales, the rookie kicker out of Miami. He had some deficiencies to start the season with. Since the Steelers game, he was more consistent. He was consistent. Converted all his kicks against Carolina. And then in Buffalo, he converted both of his PATs. He converted 2 of his field goals. And then when we got into field goal range and drummed the clock down to like 15 seconds, Borregales had a 52-yarder to send us back with the W. And not only was the kick straight down the middle, it had so much bloody height on it, he could probably have kicked that from 70 and it still would have gone in.
Yeah, they were saying that. It was going to be about 70 something. It was dead center as well. So
the question is, though, can he do it on a cold Wednesday night in Stoke?
Well, it is Foxborough, so guess what? It'll Foxborough in the cold rainy night in Foxborough in December and January. Guess what? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see that like that. Delusional Pats fan says Barmore was so close to getting a sack on Allen. Can't remember what play that was, but yeah, he was good. He's also said Hawkins as well. I actually thought the safeties didn't do that bad of a job in this game.
Schooler played safety third quarter as well.
Schooler played safety, and guess what? Got a penalty. Back to special teams you go, kid. Dougie's.
I think we need another cornerback to play alongside Gonzalez. Though I know there's a long way to go yet, but I'm leaning towards that would be my first pick in the draft. An elite corner to play alongside Gonzalez. I guess you have to see how the rest of the season pans out. But just looking how we were when we didn't have Gonzalez at the beginning of the year, and looking at the way that Vrabel's asking the D to play, I just think another elite corner would really suit us.
Yeah. Dougie's put his kicking mechanics and stroke is so much improved from earlier weeks. This is why I say he absolutely nailed it down the middle. Absolutely nailed. As soon as it left his boot, I'm like, yep, that's going in. That is going in. So well done to Andy Borregales. And he also got a game ball as well as Stefon Diggs as well. So, and much deserved. The one last thing I will bring up, and it is a bit of a knock because it's been a pain in the backside for us pretty much since the start of the season. We need to stop taking these fucking penalties. We had 8. We had 10. I think it was like we had 8 or 9 penalties on the day. Buffalo had like 12 penalties. Both teams were so sloppy in the first half. They were so undisciplined as well. Buffalo more in the first half, and it was our turn to be undisciplined in the second half. There was 2 boneheaded plays. I think the Marcus Jones one, where apparently it was roughing out of bounds, I thought that was very tight to the line there. And I thought it was close. But there was also an unnecessary roughness penalty by Howell Landry, which Joshua Farmer, which the player is down. The running back is down. You do not need to go charging in like that. That is a dumb rookie mistake that Joshua Farmer made. But there was penalties as well.
I don't want to. Obviously, I'm not condoning picking up penalties because penalties are drive killers, and that's what sends you backwards. But I haven't seen this week yet, but through week 4, I think I saw the stat on Monday last week. Through week 4, all penalties were up in the NFL. So penalties were up across the board in a generalization after week 4. I haven't seen how week 5 has affected that, but so it seems to be everyone's picking up more penalties than they were last year. So not that it's an excuse, but it seems to be there is a crackdown on officiating, and it's just causing a knock-on effect that seems to be that everyone's picking up extra penalties. Yeah. Not that makes it, not makes it easier for us. I'm not excusing it because ideally, as I said, penalties are drive killers, and it makes your job twice as hard. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Sorry. But no, the penalties were killer in some games, but Drake was put under a lot of pressure, but he did manage to get first downs on quite a few of them. The third down conversion wasn't great though. I think it was 3 for 9 we had on third downs. But listen, and you've frozen Nick as well, just to let you know. Yeah, you frozen Nick. So as a result of that, we still got to tidy up penalties. There's going to be teams which are going to be as bad as us, but right now we need to sort out the penalties. I'll also throw this out there.
Those are the things that can be coached. It just needs to be a bit more.
It's just coaching abilities, and I think that's where Zach Kerr comes into the frame now, because he's now our de facto DC due to obviously Terrell Williams. Unfortunately, he's been diagnosed with cancer. So listen, all of us here at the Touchback, we wish him all the best and we hope for a speedy recovery. So it's down to Zach Kerr, the linebackers coach, to step up to the fray. And he's doing all right so far, but I think there's just some tangibles that he just needs to understand better. The minute I start seeing the defense not giving up any penalties, not giving up any stupid yardage, then I'll be like, okay, I think this guy's now, I think they're into what he's doing. It could potentially be as well that,
I reckon Vrabel might be play calling there quite a lot as well, or at least
it would not surprise me.
Gameplay.
It really would not surprise that was the case.
I think so. He probably has enough confidence for Josh to handle the offense, and he will be then supervising, as we per se, defensive helping Kirk. So
yeah, Dougie's think we were clean on first half penalties. Second half, they were trying to even it up a bit. Oh, what you mean the officiating? Well, talking of the officiating, there was one call which the Bills fans are having an absolute conniption over, and it was basically the pass breakup that Christian Gonzalez had near towards the end zone and late in the game. A lot of people were saying, "Oh yeah, he was very early to get to the play to get there, is that and the other."
Yeah.
If the referee doesn't put laundry on the field, guess what? It's not a penalty. Simple as. Oh, Nick's having issues with his cam section now. Oh, great. Okay, never mind. If you can get on in a bit, Nick. But no, I thought the first half, when it comes to penalties, we were clean. We were clean as hell. But then the second half, it kind of flipped over our side a bit. But we managed to hang on in there, just like a box in the 12th round. We hanged on in there. We, got that point we needed, and we ended up winning via a split decision. I would class that victory as a split decision in boxing, where it could have gone either way.
Your buddy came in for one play and got a flag.
Oh, you mean this moron? You mean this more? Yes, Vidarian Lowe came in for one play, and guess what? False start penalty. Get this guy off the roster, man. Get this guy off the roster, please.
That's funny.
Oh, God. Just not good enough. Just real blasé. Real blasé from Vidarian Lowe. I don't know why even Will Campbell came out of the fold. Maybe just needed a break. Maybe just needed a rest.
Probably a rest.
Probably just needed a rest. However, talking of Will Campbell, again, I have been, ever since we had the 4th overall pick, I said that this pick just seems so legit. We're gonna end up taking him. He's going to be a fantastic unit. And
stuff about the game, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he didn't give up a single sack. I think he gave up a pressure. 40, I think he gave up a pressure or half a pressure.
40 pass block snaps, 0 sacks allowed, 0 pressure, 0 QB hits, 2 hurries, 97.2 pass block efficiency versus an 87.2% true block grade of the high team. And that was it. Not bad for a guard with short arms.
Not good. Yeah, there's also a guy that's been got at short arms for lots of left tackles and right tackles have had short arms. And guess what? They've still made Pro Bowls, they've still made All Pros, they've still made Super Bowls.
That was against Joey Bosa.
Yeah, Joey Bosa's not what he used to be. I'll say it right now. Joey Bosa's not what he once used to be. He went up against Max Crosby, didn't give up a sack. He's gone up against TJ Watt, not giving up a sack. I don't know who the best pass rusher is on the Panthers. I don't know, but I don't care because guess what? No sacks. Did give up a sack to Trot Robinson against the Dolphins. He's looking at the real test will come in 3 weeks' time when we face Cleveland, because he has to go up against what I would call the final boss in pass rushers in Miles Garrett. Yeah, a guy that runs a 4.4 and is 290 pounds and can move so elegantly. I'm sorry, but that's going to be a challenge that the two rookies on the left side of the line have got to be ready for. But anyway, but that's for further down the road. That's for further down the road. Okay. None of Nick's going to come back on, but we'll do this with here. I've also seen a lot. Listen, 3-2, we weren't expecting it to. There's just been a trade that's just come through. Nothing to do with us. The Ravens have traded Edge.
Yeah, there's a couple trades
Adolfo to the Chargers. The Ravens need defenders, not bloody trading them. Anyway. Confirmed. Mike Reese. Mike Reese has just confirmed. Patriots have just signed running back Jashawn Corbin to the practice squad. He's 5'11", 250. I don't know. 5'11", 215 pounds. He's 25. He's been with the Giants, Panthers, and Falcons. Also played for the San Antonio Brahmas of the UFL in 2025. Leading the league with 514 yards and on 97 carries and 4 touchdowns. Florida State alumni. Hello, Nick. Glad to have you back. Yeah, so it does look like Terrell Jennings is going to get elevated from the practice squad to the 53-man roster because we now have signed a running back, which really no one has any clue who he is. So if you just missed it, Nick, or misheard, Page just signed running back Jashawn Corbin. He's been with the Giants, Panthers, Falcons. And he also played for the UFL team San Antonio Brahmas early on in the year.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. Not Corral Patterson, then.
Not Corral Patterson, no.
There's another one. Another one. Well, he's been in for tryouts. Remember that Damian Martinez? Who signed him and then released him?
49ers.
He was Miami. Was it
40? No. Is it Damian Martinez?
Someone drafted him. I thought it was Miami.
I remember someone taking him.
He was from Miami. Seahawks.
I'm not surprised. They got Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. They don't need him. I
thought he was all right.
Yeah. He's saying, Delusional Patriots are saying Seattle. So there we go. One last thing we'll do, right? So this is meant to be the AFC East, okay? There's going to be some tribalism in regarding of this, okay? I have seen nothing from Bills fans but whinging, crying, and moaning about how the refs conned them, how, the Pages were lucky on plays, and this, that, and the other. But that's all right saying that, okay? They're saying that, we lost because of the refs. We're still first in the division. They played their best. We played their worst. Some of that was true. But the other reason they're also saying this as well is because they say, and I quote this, apparently that was our Super Bowl, our regular season Super Bowl.
Hey,
do these absolute tone deaf motherfuckers know what a Super Bowl is?
That's what we go to quite often.
Because when we go to get our cereal out the cupboard, yeah, we get our cereal, but also 6 Super Bowl rings falls out the cupboard. When the Bills go to get their cereal,
keep Super Bowl rings in the cupboard with cereal?
Just let me land. Fuck's sake. Just let me land. When they go in to get their cupboard to get their cereal, they get cereal and a shit ton of dust. This is a direct. This is a direct to every single Bills fan. Not all of them. Our boy Matt from the UK from Red Wine Buffalo Bills podcast is actually really, really good guy. I spoke to him and he's a good guy. Good guy. Not calling him out. Everybody else, you're on blast as of this point forward. You never, ever, ever talk to us, Dolphins, or the Jets in regarding of your game you won is equivalent of your bloody Super Bowl. When we've won 6, the Dolphins have won 2, and the Jets won with one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the history of the NFL in Joe Namath. You are that Family Guy meme of Meg saying, you always think you're better than me. Next pan. 6, 2, 1. Hold our nuggets. You got no right to say. But that was our Super Bowl. That was our version of the Super Bowl win. When we've won 6 of them and you've lost 4 straight. When you get a ring, then come join the table. But for now, sit back in your chair. Because guess what? You should have killed the monster 5 years ago. And guess what? You went for the heart instead of the head. Big mistake. We're motherfucking back.
The fact that we won in Miami and we won in Buffalo, you know.
It's got Jets left.
Let's roll. You know, it's
Dougie, I keep my sugar bowl rings next to the TV.
That's Super Bowl rings, not sugar
Super
rings.
Super
Bowl rings next to the TV.
Sugar Bowl.
It's a sugar bowl. Sorry, Super Bowl. I've lost my track there.
I think the point. Yes, they can be sore losers. Everyone, you know. It isn't just Buffalo fans. Everyone can be a sore loser. You know, it's like everyone's got Chiefs fatigue at the moment. Oh, God, not the Chiefs again. You know, and before that, it was Patriots fatigue. Oh, the Patriots again. Oh, when is somebody going to beat the Patriots? And so I get it. People want to see different teams winning, you know, but Buffalo are one of those teams that could be winning and they're not. So, you know, it's all well and good blasting us, you know, but get your own house in order. You can't even get past the
rebuilding Patriots team. A rebuilding Patriots team.
So, you know.
Anyway, Delusional Pat fan has said we went into Buffalo's house, put our feet on the table, and used their rivalry jerseys as toilet paper. Pretty much. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but we did go into their house and stole all their belongings. I'll go as far as that. I'm so glad we were in Buffalo's rivalry jersey debut. This is the second time this has happened as well, because the Bills also did a whiteout against us a long time ago. They lost that game as well. Should have really clocked on to that, but we can't quite see it anyway. Listen, the AFC right now is
in flux.
It's in flux. No one's taking control of it.
This is so good about it because anyone can win it.
Yeah, the Bills' defense is not what it used to be, and they don't have a number one receiver. Big issue to have because when they had Diggs, they were performing really well on offense. Move over to the AFC North. The Ravens are in free fall. They're giving up over 40 points a game on average, and they're giving up 430 yards on a game. That's worse than the Cowboys' defense, and that's saying something.
And Aaron Rodgers' Steelers are the best team in the NFC.
They are going
North.
I'm sorry. I am sorry to say this, okay, to everyone in the AFC North, but the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to absolutely their way to the AFC North title. They're gonna pull. They've got the freaking. They haven't got the magic horseshoe up their backside. They've got it implanted. They got it implanted. Who's next going to cover? The Browns? That's the only one that with a legitimate chance, but they need Dylan Gabriel to literally play like Patrick Mahomes in his prime. Don't see it happening. And then you look at the South. Colts and Jags look like the best all-rounded teams right now. And I didn't have that on my bingo card at the start of the season. So they're looking good. And then you move over to the West. Broncos defensively are elite. Offensively, they're like... Remember the Oilers? Remember the Houston Oilers back in the day? What were they called? The run and shoot offense. That's kind of what Denver are. It stalls out from time to time, and they need more consistency on offense. Well done their statement win over the Eagles, but now let's see if they go back now and take care of business this week. Not sure who they got. Don't really care.
That's the thing. The Broncos are great defensively, but inconsistent on the offense. Meanwhile, the Chargers are great on the offense, but with injuries mounting and two tackles out,
they've lost Joe and they've lost Rashad Slater.
You know, they're struggling. They're struggling on the other side of the ball. So, you know, I really don't. I don't know. The AFC is, you know, pick a hat at the moment. It's could be anybody's game.
That is why the Bills should theoretically, as it stands right now, be the favourites to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are not in good form right now. The Ravens are down and the Bengals are down. It's all there on the table for Buffalo to make the Super Bowl. And if they fail, their window's done. Their window is officially done because then all the big guns are gone. And do you know what this reminds me of, Nick and DJ? And you will get this reference. The 2016 season of the Premier League. When all the big teams were having a shambolic season. A little Leicester City, but no one knew about that. No one actually came up thinking that they were going to be relegated. They went and won the league. While every one of the big teams, the Cities, the Arsenals, the Tottenhams, the Chelseas, United, the Liverpools, they were all on fucking stupid juice.
I would say
this is the exact. This
is disrespectful. But I get your point. Yeah,
but you get the analogy I'm trying to use. It feels like the AFC is in that ballpark right now. There's probably going to be one or two teams that are going to. I think the Chiefs are not going to fall off the cliff. I really generally don't. Right? But the rest of it, you look at the seeds right now as it currently stands. You've got Buffalo, you've got the Colts, that's the number one seed right now. You've got Buffalo, you got the Steelers. We know they're a one and done team. I don't care what anybody says. And then you got the winner of the West. That could be Chiefs or Broncos or even Chargers for that matter. It's one of those. It's one of those four. And then your wild cards as it stands
I think we're 7.
Is Jacksonville at 5, Denver at 6. And then us at 7. This AFC is wide open if the Bills don't take it.
Yeah.
And that makes this, and if that happens, this playoff postseason for the AFC is going to be very, very fun to watch. Very fun to watch.
This next couple of games is what's going to determine if we can. Because if we go out and we ball out on these 4 next games, minus Tampa, that makes us what? 6 and 3?
6 and
7 and 3, sorry. Look, we're going to lose against Bucks.
Yeah, 6. So, while we're on to new teams, I'd just like to quickly let you know, guys, on Friday night at 9 p.m., we have got our preview of the New Orleans Saints game. We have got James Baker from the Dome Patrol podcast coming on Friday night at 9 p.m. to discuss the Saints, how they're getting on. Obviously, they finally got their first win of the season last week over the Giants. Not really that hard, to be honest with you. So, yeah, come check us out 9 p.m. on Friday for that as well. Before we slowly getting out of here, okay, I just wanted to bring something up to the front again, and that is this. The next run of schedules, Saints this week, then it's Tennessee, then it's Cleveland, and then it's Atlanta. And then, as Nick would say, it's transfer deadline day. If New England go on that 4-win streak, or it'll be a 5-win streak, it'll be go 7-2. And I know, Nick, that you said you don't want to trade for absolutely anybody. But if you're sitting at 7-2, there's going to reach a point where DCs around who we play next are going to try and scheme to try and take Diggs out of the game. Because that is Drake Maye's go-to guy. The question I want to throw to you is this. If we do go 7-2 before the trade deadline, do we ring up Philadelphia and get AJ?
No.
If we're sitting at okay, here's what I'm going to say.
If we're sitting at 7-2, there's no need to go for AJ.
Well, yes, they will be.
You carry on building.
You're going to rely on.
You carry on building.
Well, you're going to rely on Stefon Diggs if we make the postseason.
Yeah.
There is no other receiver right now on our roster that can do what Diggs can. He is the inside guy. But it would be beneficial to get someone on the outside.
Release the
now,
Chisholm.
I know Chisholm's on outside guy.
EC3, baby. EC3.
EC3's not an outside guy. He's an inside guy. Same with Pop Douglas. He's an inside guy. Matt Hollins is only a safety valve guy. He's not a deep threat. Kyle Williams could potentially be the outside receiver, but guess what? We haven't seen Drake Maye throw any bombs up to him yet. So we still can't define that yet. This is where the next few games could come in. If we don't see Kyle Williams' production start going up, it would not at all surprise. Because I know you're saying we don't have the trade capital.
Rush Williams.
I don't think they were. I think they wouldn't need to rush him. I don't think they wouldn't need to rush him. But what I would say is this.
I don't need to see a playoff performance. I don't need to see us return to the playoffs this year. I am seeing everything I wanted from this year, which is significant improvement on the field from last year. What looks like a complete turnaround, behind the scenes. Vrabel, the coaching staff all seem to be going in the right direction. The franchise as a whole seems to be improving. Drake Maye is kicking on. I am seeing everything that I wanted to see this year from the team right now. I don't need a playoff run to be happy. Baby steps. If you're going to build, if we're building for the future, you don't miss key stages trying to rush the job. It's no good not filling in the foundations properly because you're trying to rush the job on a Friday so you can go to the pub.
That's not one.
I know, but by signing somebody who's going to cost you draft cap, it goes back to the point about Micah Parsons. By signing somebody who's going to cost you draft capital, you are affecting your future when we do not have quality in depth anyway. I would much rather ride this season out with what we've got, see where we are, and improve in the draft. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, well, if we need an outside receiver, there's only one place you go for wide receivers: Ohio State. Okay, so there we go for that one. We're going to end it there, guys. Thank you to DJ. Thank you to Nick. We've come away with a W. The New England Patriots are finally above 500 for the first time in what God knows how long. We will be back on Friday night for the preview of the Saints game. Kieran will be back with me as well. We'll also have James Baker from the Dome Patrol UK podcast coming on as well. We're going to leave you with a little bit of a musical montage that I actually found earlier on this evening. And it's a bloody funny one. You're going to love it. We're going out of here. Make sure you smash the like button on the way out. Gronk spike the subscribe button. Tell all your friends. Follow us on social media platforms. And one last thing. I will say this, though. If you're going to run with the ball, hold on to it before you cross the plane, you fucking idiots. Good night. God bless. Go Patriots. Let's flipping go.
Josh Allen got a little broed by Drake Maye under primetime lights. Pats came to Buffalo and won the fucking fight. Diggs cooked his old squad, broke ankles all night. 10 grabs, 146, looking godlike on sight. Bills Mafia quiet, heads down in shame. Thought they ran the East till the babyface QB changed the game. May spinning darts while Josh lost his flame. New dynasty begun, Pats reclaimed that name. Sean got school, Rebel ran that show. Big brain on the sideline made that man look slow. Josh looking blind, hitting ghosts in the snow. One pick deep and a fumble, but a boy said, oh no. Diggs toe tapping like a sideline king. Teabag defenders on runs just to flex that bling. Buffalo's wide out, Pee-wee third string. Couldn't match his smoke or the yards he brings.